My name is Cary Rich. I'm the owner and founder of RRG Roofing. Well, typically we're going to have our materials delivered the day before, put in a place where you want them to be. And then the next morning, our crews will show up typically right before daylight, and they will begin to cover the areas around the house with tarps, drop cloths, to make sure that we're protecting the landscape to the best possible ability. You will have an RRG employee on site immediately at the beginning of the morning to make sure that the job is going to go the way it's supposed to go. He's going to check the materials and make sure we have everything there. His job is to make sure that the crew has everything that they need and that all the materials that are there are correct. The crew's going to tear off the existing roof all the way down to the bare wood. Everywhere on the deck of the house, the whole roof will be torn off down to the bare wood. There are a lot of guys out there that think that it's okay to just remove the shingles that are on top, and that's just totally unacceptable. In fact, the shingles, while they're important, are common. The things that are uncommon are the accessories that go below the shingles that you don't see. Those are primarily the things that keep the water out of your house. And if you don't put the right accessories on to begin with, it doesn't matter what shingle you're putting down. The first thing that we're going to start with is ice and water shield on the eaves. And that's to keep water from wicking underneath the roofing shingles and getting back up under and getting to the wood and rotting the wood. Drip edge will then go on top of that. And then we put underlayment, which we use only a synthetic underlayment. There's no felt paper in our roofs. Essentially, felt is paper that is tar soaked. It's like construction paper that your first grader would draw on in school with some asphalt on it to try and keep it beating water. The problem is it will actually soak up water and ultimately not do the job, which is to be a vapor barrier to keep water out of your house. Well, there's something that most people don't know about a component that's critical to the roof, and that's a starter shingle. It's engineered specifically to go all the way around the perimeter of the roof and seal down the outer perimeter shingles of that roof to keep wind and wind-driven rain from getting up underneath them and creating the problems that would ultimately happen. They'll start putting down the duration architectural shingle, which again is specifically designed and engineered to work with the Owens Corning starter strip. Everything about the roof packages that we put on is designed to work together so that you get the best installation possible. We do install ridge vent on the vast majority of every install that we do. And that's to ventilate the attic, get moisture and hot air out of there so that your roof will breathe, your attic space will breathe, and what's underneath those shingles will breathe so that it doesn't superheat the air inside of that attic, which will then cook the shingles from the inside out. That's one of the biggest shortcomings of a shingle is if it overheats. Not from the outside, but from the inside. It's protected on the outside with the granules that are there. But that asphalt and that fiberglass can bake from the inside out and cause the shingle to expel the granules that are on the outside. Then all of a sudden you've got UV and weather that's getting to the top side of the shingle, which will destroy it and really cause the service life of your roof to be cut in half, if not worse. The last thing, and really the thing that happens on the roof, most of the weather, most of the direct wind is most impacted on the ridge, the very top of a gable, or what they call a hip, which are the ridges where two facets come together. And there's a very important shingle that needs to go there, and it's one that's made specifically for that job. Again, a lot of other contractors will use a 3-tab shingle and they'll cut it and make it fold over the top of the ridge. Well, the problem is that shingle is designed only to lay flat. And if you bend it, it will then break. And so it's when they use those on top of your ridge, you're starting with a broken roof already, right off the bat, day one. So we use very specific, again, engineered materials that are designed to work in a package that will give you the longest service life. Well, roofing is a dirty business. You're tearing off typically thousands of pounds of material off of a roof and thousands of nails that hold that material on there. And that goes everywhere when you're tearing off a roof. We do our best to keep up with it. We do our best to keep it from hitting your landscaping and hitting the ground by using tarps, but nevertheless, there are gonna be issues where that material finds its way into your yard or into your flower beds and your landscape around the foundation of the house. So the cleanup is critical, and being able to cover that area with tarps is the first thing, but then we also use a variety of different magnetic devices to go around the house and take those nails up. Nails, I think they multiply when they hit the ground. It's like you drop one and you have three. It seems that way when we're cleaning up nails anyway. So eventually you may find a nail or two around your home, but our goal is to make it better than it was when we showed up. So the cleanliness is paramount with us when we're done. That happens some during the day as the roof is going on. There should be some cleanup happening, but after the fact, it's a team effort, and we'll have that material that's on the ground cleaned up before we leave and make the place look great. Our goal is to have every experience be the best that a customer's ever had. And that includes being able to stand behind the work that we put onto their home and have them be able to trust that for a long time. The biggest thing though is if there's a nail that goes in the wrong way or a mistake is made on that roof, that you have somebody that's going to come back and stand behind the work and be in business to make sure the warranty is good for you as the end customer. So at the end of the day, the best thing you can count on is the fact that we're here, we've been here for a long time, and we'll be here for generations to come. And I can say that as the dad who started this company. When it comes to things that we do after the fact, communication. If you have an issue, you have a question, it's a phone call, it's a quick answer. It's not chasing somebody to get an answer or try and figure out what we did because we're not returning your phone calls or coming back to your house. My name is Cary Rich, and I look forward to welcoming you to the RRG family.